Hey guys, welcome to Sippin Spillin with Syd from Dream, Mississippi. It is a beautiful day today, guys. It's warm. Ooh, I almost stepped in an anthill. That would have been bad. But Mike just last night, when it stopped raining during the day, he came out here and mowed this because it had gotten a little overgrown after we had Freedom Weekend and had gotten back, and then we had a bunch of rain out here, and so he hadn't really had a chance to get out here and mow, and it was getting close to the point where if he didn't mow it, he was gonna have to bush hog it. It was getting pretty tall. So it's nice now. It's nice and mowed down. You can see nice straight lines. He did a good job. And then over here by the pond, we actually had our buddy and neighbor Ross down the way had his bush hog attachment on the big tractor, and he came through here and bush hogged this and kind of cut it all down and made it more manageable, and then Mike kind of mowed along the fence line here. But guys, gosh, it's a beautiful day. We just got back from church, and we'll be going to Sunday lunch here pretty soon over with our neighbor friends. And I just thought I'd come out here and maybe take a little walk. Probably should change my shoes first, but you know how I roll in my flip-flops or my Crocs, and it's just what we do. It is warm. The pond's actually kind of high with as much rain as we got. I don't know if you guys can see. I want to thank you guys too. I got a fair amount of messages the other day asking if we were okay. We had that storm system that came through on Friday. And stand here in the shade for a minute. We had that storm system come through and was kind of scattering some tornadoes around. I guess it hit, was it Indiana? It hit kind of hard, I think. And there was a couple touching down different places, but we had one that touched down, hop, skip, and a jump away from us, a little one, but no, doesn't sound like there was any damage to any structures or people. But definitely had us on edge. I was in the middle of baking a bunch of lemon zucchini bread for the farmer's market for the next morning, and Mike was like, hey, because I was walking around in shorts and, like, you know, no socks and, you know, just my slip-ons and whatever in the house baking, and he was like, hey, make sure you got shoes on, because if we have to run out to the shelter, like, I'm keeping an eye on which direction this is going. And then he remembered that there was a wasp's nest in the storm shelter that had gotten in there. So they went out in the rain and sprayed it. And he said, do me a favor, just crack the kitchen window while you're in there baking. And if you hear a train, go take cover. I was like, okay, duly noted, will do. But we were, of course, you know, nothing happened, just some rain and that sort of thing, but nothing crazy. And it passed, and I was able to finish baking the bread. But which we sold out of at the farmer's market. The second one went really well. Mike had brought his pasta sauce, and he took 10 loaves of lemon zucchini bread. One loaf we used as like a sample to put out, and then he had some pickled green tomatoes and dill and bread and butter pickles and some pickled spicy peppers, and sold out of a lot of those things, and sold out of the bread, and sold out of the pasta sauce, and so all that went like gangbusters. So that was kind of neat, you know, that went as well as it did, and that was pretty cool. I ended up not going with them. I had some things I needed to take care of at the house that I hadn't been able to get to. And when we're harvesting everything, you know, everything's kind of getting traipsed through the house and cleaned and whatever. And so I wanted to, with them not underfoot, kind of clean and do some stuff around here. So I was able to kind of do that while they were at the farmer's market. And we were, of course, up late the night before, and then they came home and kind of crashed and took a nap for a while. So then he was taking some of the chickens that Frankie and I processed the other day, and he was breaking them down to make some stock and to process them out for some of the meat we'll use for canning, and some of the meat we'll use just to, you know, have separate, you know, broken down birds instead of cooking a whole bird. And So he was kind of taking care of that, and I went to sleep because, hey, Bonk. And I went to sleep because I didn't have a nap, and I was sleepy at that point. I was done because I had gotten up an hour before they did for the farmer's market so that I could finish bagging up and labeling the bread, and you know, make sure that they got up and got ready to leave on time. And something buzzing by me. There we go. But okay, no, it's like a wasp by my head. Not a fan. Nope. Thank you. Anyway, I don't mind flying things. I don't mind the bugs. I don't like it when they get near my ear. It like makes my brain itch. Stop it. Oh my gosh, it really likes me. We're gonna walk this way. But gosh, it's really following me. It's mad at me. I'm like booking it across the thing here to keep it away from me. There we go. I think I finally ditched it. Cool. Anyway, I'm hoping maybe we didn't get to the fencing because of the weather the last few days. I'm hoping that maybe this week we're supposed to have rain again, like all week. So I'm a little worried about getting this fencing done, because it's just, you know, it's really hard to do it out in the middle of a storm to have them working on it. So I'm hoping, I've bumped my expectations that maybe we'll get it done by the end of the month, and be able to get the animals out here and get Frankie her horse and get my goats back, and we'll have the dogs and everything. So those guardian livestock dogs, which I still haven't told you guys the name for. I need to do that. I think I'll wait till we actually get them physically, and then I'll introduce them and give you guys the names. And I'm curious to see if you guys even like them, like the names we picked or not. But I guess we'll find out, won't we? But guys, this weekend, a week from today, as a matter of fact, we're gonna have some visitors to 3 Mississippi, which we're really excited about. As you know, our YouTube community is pretty big and growing, and our family is pretty big, and we love everybody in it. But now that we're not in California anymore, and that we're kind of, you know, smack dab here in the middle in the South, as you know, like David's come through and visited on his way to Florida or on his way back, and he's done that a couple times and come here. Oh, I just saw a deer run through the pasture. Second deer I've seen today. I love it. Running that way to the creek. Beautiful. Anyway, it's a beautiful Sunday, guys. It really is. Anyway, we've had Tim come down a couple times and stay on his way through to visit his son, and in Starkville at State, and we just, you know, we're just sort of a kind of a good in-between spot for some of those things, and we love having the visitors. Well, Chrissy and Jeremy from Paragon Ridge Ranch are going to be headed out to go on vacation in Florida next week by the beach, and we happen to just be along their route pretty much to get there. So they're gonna come by on Sunday with their RV. This will be a good little test run for getting an RV in here, and they're gonna stay the night on Sunday night, and then they'll leave in the morning to finish their trip out to Florida. But I get to see Chrissy, and this is the first time that she's been here to our farm. I've been able to go out to Oklahoma a couple times, and one of the times I got to go out and see Chrissy's beautiful property and her home and all of that, and meet all her animals. So when she comes out this next week, I'll be able to show her around here and let her meet some of our babies here that we've got. And she's actually going to bring me some of her amazing hatching eggs from some of her different breeds that she's been excuse me, working on. So I'm really excited about that. I wasn't going to do any more chickens this season. We're getting to the middle part of summer here. I wasn't going to brood any birds again, but I cannot pass up the opportunity to get my hands on some of Chrissy's birds, because yeah, I noticed that got a little bit destroyed. That's a story for another day, kids. But anyway, she's got some like copper Morans that are, like, I think she said up to 3rd generation now. She's got some just some amazing breeds. She's got some really cool Americanas that are, you know, second and third generation, I think she said. And then she's got, what was the other one? I'm blanking on it right now. But I was like, I can't pass up some of these breeds that she's got, especially the Morans. So I'm like, oh man, yeah, bring me a mix of your coolest layers, and I'll set up the incubator for that. So looks like I'm going to be brooding birds again. Looks like I'm going to be incubating birds. That'll be my first time incubating birds out here. I suspect that out here I won't be fighting the humidity on my incubator as much as I always did in Ramona in California, because that was always my biggest, hardest thing. I was constantly having to fill up the humidity, the water chamber, to keep that humidity level right, because it's just so dry there. And here, that shouldn't be a problem. So it should be, in theory, a lot easier to keep the temperature and the humidity levels in check out here, because it was quite a battle back there. I think I'm gonna be all right out here doing it. So I'm excited to take a crack at it. But I got a brand new incubator when we moved, and I'm gonna set that up probably by Wednesday this week. Make sure that it's running properly and has time to get the temperature up and running and hold and all of that, and that the humidity levels and all of that. So get that set up this week, so when she brings me eggs on Sunday, I can let them sit for a little while after traveling, make sure those air sacs are happy, and then let them settle, and then I can stick them in there, and we'll be off to the races with having some new little chickadees. So that's kind of exciting. It is a weird time of year to start some birds in the incubator much later in the season than I would normally do it. But like I said, I cannot pass up the opportunity on some of these birds that have been bred like this. You know, it's different than when you order birds at a hatchery, or you pick them up at Tractor Supply or something like that. This is, which of course came from a hatchery, chances are. She's really, you know, bred her birds and perfected her stock. And so I'm excited to kind of get my hands on them, to be honest. So, and to see Chrissy and Jeremy and have them be able to come over and hang out. And Frankie's already talked to her son Parker, and they're all excited to go fish the neighbor's pond together. So I think they're gonna probably disappear and go do that. But I'm excited. I love it. I love having visitors, and I love me some Chrissy. And so I'm excited to see them and get to show them around, and take her out on the side-by-side and show her the pastures, and wander down to the creek and show them what's up. Hopefully we'll have some, we're supposed to have nice weather next Sunday, but you know what they say, it's Mississippi, wait 5 minutes, it might change. But I'm excited about that, and I'll definitely be filming some of that when they're here, when they're visiting, of our adventures, to incorporate into a video. And we'll see, you know, pretty soon here, hopefully we'll have this fencing finished and up, and we'll be able to get these animals out here, man, because I'm just chomping at the bit for that. I can't wait. No pun intended, because one of the animals is a horse. So there's that. But guys, it's a beautiful day. I got to get in there and finish putting together what we're bringing to Sunday lunch for the gang today. But it's a beautiful day. I'm looking see if I see more deer, because I thought I saw movement for a second, but then I lost it. Probably was a deer. You never know. Anyway, guys, I hope you're staying blessed. I hope you're kicking off your week the right way. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and I hope that you are looking forward to whatever blessings this week is going to bring you. And as always, stay blessed, and safety's off.